Hey guys, so today I'm going to be looking at the DC Nation series, which I only have, sadly, the first, fourth, fifth, and sixth of. I think I have the sixth. Anyway, I'll be looking at Civil War, which is a pretty famous comic. Then I'll also be looking at Avengers Disassembled, which is on like the same kind of thing, has different characters in it though. So yeah, first of all, I'll be looking at the DC Nations. So yeah. So the first DC Nations comic is it's not really even an introduction to the series because it's completely different to the others. The others are all kind of like tips and stuff from like famous people who have like done things in DC Comics. Whereas this one's an actual like comic, like they have 3 small little comics in it. They're kind of like showing out other kind of series basically, and like the first one is a Joker comic. So in this one, the Joker goes to a guy's house expecting a wedding invitation to Batman and Catwoman's wedding. I'm pretty sure it's Catwoman, and then he doesn't get it for a while, but he threatens to kill this guy if he doesn't get it. So yeah, the guy hopes he gets it, and they talk for a bit, and eventually he does get it, and then he kills the guy anyway. So yeah. And then the second one, through here a bit, is a Superman comic. It's a pretty basic one. It's just him at work, basically, and seeing how Superman, like, is kind of at work, how people think of him then. And, yeah. And the final one's pretty cool. It's like a Flashpoint one. It is just kind of a shout-out for a bigger series, though. But it's still cool. Yeah. This one, basically, all that happens in it is they fight some guys that you'd find out who are in another series. So yeah, that's the first one. So next is actually the fourth one, because I haven't actually read the second one or the third one, because I don't have them. And this one has some stuff with Teen Titans, Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern writers and artists. So yeah, as you can see on the front, they give me a little bit of a shout out kind of thing. That in 21 days one of the characters there dies, probably from the comic. I'm not sure, because I think I might have read the one, but anyway. Yeah, so there's some good artists. There's a letter from the DC publisher in this. You even sign it. Well, it's not an actual sign, but, you know. Then here there is the DC Insider, which I haven't most of them, which is basically a kind of thing, what's going on at the moment and what they're doing at DC. Then there is, so that's just a little like shout out thing for another comic there, almost an ad, because they do that a bit. Sometimes they talk about the comic a bit, but I don't know if they do in this one. I don't think they do. No, they don't. But yeah. Then that's a lettering, a bit from a letterer called Josh Reed on the side there, and then there's an Aquaman thing. So yeah. Then you can there's loads of stuff like that in this basically. There's some artwork pieces here. There is actually, see this here there's a bit of a tutorial kind of thing on lighting and shadows, which is pretty cool. Then there is like a character study of Bruce Wayne. That's a pretty big comic series called Heroes in Crisis. I have the first 2 of that, and I'll be doing a review of those when I've read the rest of them. Then there is some other characters, character study of Superman and Wonder Woman, which I'm pretty sure are actually like the psychotherapy assessment thing there. That's directly from the Heroes in Crisis series. So yeah. Then there's another one of Harley Quinn, who's a big character in that series, and Booster Gold, who's also a really big character in that series. Another thing about Heroes in Crisis there. There's some characters that are in it. Then Booster Gold and Harley Quinn are the main characters really. And this is a new character. I forget her name, but I've read one of the issues of her series. Then there is colouring with this guy's chose you how to colour the comics now. if you're not doing it in black and white, and like kind of board thing on what you could use for the comics. So as you can like that colour board there, so yeah, and like shading and all that. So that's pretty cool. These are actually given away for free at Big Bang Comics. So yeah. Darkest Nights, another series again, and there's some characters there that are in it. And then Going Green, so a Green Lantern thing. And that's all from the fourth one. Next is the fifth one. So next is this fifth one then. This one's it's similar to the last one and what it has basically in it. So I won't get too in detail about it, but basically, to talk about the character on the front there, I forget his name, but he's in Dark Knight's Metal. They have a bit of a thing here about how to structure a page on comics. So they have like, a Superman example page, and then through here they have some other stuff as well. It's mainly just like this is Bane versus Talia al Ghul. So these are the most well, it's not just them, it's the top 10 most evil villains I think in the universe. And these are all of them, and the first one, number one, was Batman Who Laughs, which is the character on the front there. And basically, he's basically kind of mad Batman Joker thing. He's even madder than the Joker, so yeah, bit of an achievement. The Magic Master is another series again. I don't know most of them, but yeah. I know Dr. Fate because I've seen him before, but that's it. Then there is the Death Comes to Sanctuary, which is basically just, again, Heroes and Curses number 5, I think. I only have the first two, so I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking for the other ones. There is a bit more of Booster Gold and stuff in this, so yeah. Yeah. Then they have some colour. That's the same article from the last one. They have a bit extra on it though, this time. And then they have a bit about Shazam's comic here, which is kind of a redo of the older ones. The All-Star Superman, I think that is, 4. And yeah, the rest is mainly talking about like the Mad Hatter comic that's coming soon. Then there's some more about some characters and all, but yeah, it's practically the same as the last one. So yeah, that's DC Nations. That's DC Nations number 5. So yeah. So the final DC Nations that I own is issue 6, which is like really similar to the 4th one and 5th one. It's basically the last two, but they have Green Lantern in it for a bit. Talking about some other, it's mainly Green Lantern this one's focused on. I think there's another 2 issues, but this is the last one I had. So yeah, but they do have some. They talk about Green Lantern a lot on it. Some script stuff, the art in it, a lot of art stuff in it. It actually does run through. What's cool is that it runs through all the steps you actually need to make a comic. So that's pretty cool. So yeah. Next, I'll look at Avengers Disassembled. So it's very similar to Civil War. I'm not sure which came first now, but yeah. So this one actually, the movie of Civil War, Captain America Civil War, is actually probably more based across this one, because it has more stuff in it. Like Scarlet Witch is a lot more involved in this one than, like, I don't think she's even in the other one as like a big character. But yeah, this comic is different to the other one because it's not actually like a civil war as such. It's Scarlet Witch basically. She kind of gets annoyed because I think, not even annoyed, just really sad, because I think Vision died. And she has to basically, she's very sad, and like she starts blaming the team for it kind of, and she basically makes all this bad stuff happen to the team. Like their Ultron comes back even for some of this. and they have to fight loads of alien armadas and stuff. But in the end, they find out, and then I think they kill her there. And she see that little fantasy thing there. It's from she has a bit of a fantasy, and they go back to this old style, which is kind of cool. And there's loads of stuff in this one that she does. But at the end of it, she doesn't die, but I think she was like stabbed, and I think she died in the end, kind of. So yeah. And at the end of it, they decide to give up on the Avengers, so the Avengers are all gone now. Like, they all just disperse, kind of. I think a small group of them stays together, but most of them are just gone because of all the stuff that she did to them. They're just too worn by it, so yeah. At the end of it, they do go apart. I'm not actually sure what time this is set in. I'm pretty sure it's set before Civil War. They might just be completely different, universes. This way, might have just ignored the existence of Civil War. They might have. I'm not sure, but it makes sense if they did, because I feel like they couldn't really incorporate that. They couldn't really get back together, and then just have a Civil War. I feel like that'll go against purpose. But anyway, yeah, I think they're probably in two different rebooted universes or something. Anyway, yeah. Next is Civil War, which is a pretty famous comic compared to other ones. It's probably the most famous Marvel comic. Maybe Ultron's. I forgot what it's called. I think it's called Age of Ultron as well. Anyway, they're both pretty famous. This one is really famous because it got it made all the heroes fight each other basically, and you had to pick a side even. Then, because in this one, there's a lot of back and forth between teams. So, Captain America, basically there's a file. If you've seen the movie, you know most of this, but there's a kind of file thing. So superheroes are kind of filed against because some out of control ones did some stuff basically. There they are, and they did some stuff, and they kind of got in trouble for that. So they destroyed almost an entire state. So there's a file made by the government for them to basically become SHIELD agents, superheroes, and half of them want that, half of them don't. Tony Stark versus Captain America in that kind of way. And they do actually they have lots of fighting in it. Spider-Man, and then there's a big part in it around here-ish, where Goliath dies, which is a big superhero, and he dies. So although the superheroes change their cap side because it was basically a clone of Thor that Tony Stark made that actually killed him. So yeah, the Punisher even comes to Captain America's side and Spider-Man. But the only bad thing about the Punisher being there is that there's some supervillains who want to join up with Captain America basically, and he kills them. And then Captain America beats him up kind of, and he gets very injured and he's kicked from the team. He comes back later, I think, though. Anyway, Captain America afterwards is Goliath's dead. So those two switch over. Then they all go to a big kind of not stadium, a street kind of, and they have a final kind of showdown where the Punisher comes back. The only thing is, Captain America gives in because the people are actually fighting against him, and he doesn't think it's moral to want what the people don't, and he's meant to be protecting the people. So yeah, so that's basically what happened in this. He does Captain America does go under. He escapes from prison though, and keeps saving people, but he doesn't do it openly that much. They just kill some villains and stuff. So yeah, that's Civil War done. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'll leave a link to my original channel again in the description. Thanks for watching. Bye.